So people at home, we just went over all of the decimals in expanded form for assignment 25, 2-2. You need to pause and make sure all of your answers are the same. So you can pause this video and check those answers. Then, flipping it over on the other side, pause the video and check all your answers and add on the word form of 4 and 5. And then we're going to continue on to the assignment for today, which is, which is this one. It should say at the bottom, lesson 2-4, page 33. And we're going to get started right now. So on this one, you are going to be rounding to the nearest whole number, tenth, and hundredth. And remember that the whole number, this is the ones, this is the tens, over here is the tenths, this is the hundredths, and this is the thousands. And so let's go ahead on this one. Okay. I shouldn't hear the talking, thank you. All right, so on this one, which digit is the nearest whole number? It for sure is not on the right side because that's less than a whole. All right, but when I'm saying to the nearest whole dollar, it's the same thing as saying it to the nearest ones or the nearest dollar. Which one of these is the ones? The 6. So I'm rounding it right here. So is that going to be closer to 36 or 37?
36.
I look at this one just outside where I'm rounding. So you should draw a little line where we're rounding so you can see who's just on the outside. Then, so that's going to be a 36. This one, now look at this one carefully. The whole number is at 0. There happens to be, I don't even have a whole dollar. So I'm going to round it here though. But if I were to round it to that place, is that going to be a 0 or a 1? It's going to be a 1. Which one? A 10 is going to take you a long time. I would probably do only 5, and I'm not going to do division yet because I've hardly done any. Okay. Yeah. Or you can make it even 7, you know. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Bye. Okay. So, okay, girls and boys, let's go ahead and do this. So on this one, is that going to be closer to 0 or 1? 1. So that's rounded to the nearest 1. This one, is this going to be closer to 91 or 92?
91.
91. Now, we'll do this one. Is this closer to 282 or 283?
283.
283. Is this closer to 49 or 50?
49.
Very good. And then we're going to go to the, which one else did I do? Okay. Then I've got to hurry. So, now we're not going to do any of these. These are just silly. Look how big those are. Rounding is supposed to make your number nice and easy, but if I'm rounding this to the ones place, it doesn't change anything except that number. So we're not going to do those. So now we're also going to round to the nearest 10th place on a couple of these and 100th on the last 2. So this one here, for the nearest 10th, which digit is the 10th place? The 3. The 10th is the first one to the right of the decimal. So that is right here. So is that going to be closer to 3 or 4? Look at this one. 4. So it's going to be 36.4. And then this one we're rounding also to the nearest 10th. So it's right here. Is that going to be closer to 8 or 9? 8. So it's going to be 0.8. We'll round this one to the 10th. Is this closer to 911 or 912?
192.
Because the 9 is just on the outside, so it's 91.2. Then we're going to round these two to the hundredths. Hundredth. All right, which one is the hundredth? This is it. The 5. So we're going to round it right here. Is that closer to 65 or 66?
65.
65, because that's so small. So it's going to be 282.65. That's 65. Okay, we're rounding it to right here. Then this one, we're rounding it to the hundredths, which is right here. So is that going to be closer to 02 or 03? 03. People, you look just to the right of where you're rounding. And that's a 5 or over, so it's going to be 9.03. I'll put this down a little bit lower. Then the next ones we're going to round to the nearest 10 cents and dollar. The 10 cents is the nearest like dime. And the nearest dime, if I said I had 87 cents, how many dimes would I need to make 87 cents? 8. So that 8 is the dimes place or the tenths place. And then this would be the cent place. The nearest dollar would be the 3. This would be the nearest $10. So we're going to round it to the nearest tenth. So is this 138 or 139?
139.
When I'm rounding it to here, I look to my neighbor. So that's 5 or greater, so it's going to round up to 9. This one here, I'm rounding it to the nearest dime, which is that 7. So is this one going to be 67 or 68?
67.
67. So 156.7. Except, okay, I forgot one thing. This is money. So normally I would stop here, but money always has 2 digits at the end. Instead of just 7, it should be 70 cents. So 90 cents. I'm rounding the dimes. Then, let me see. On this one, we'll do one more here. Here's the nearest dime. Is this going to be closer to 22 or 23?
23.
Hold on. Am I doing this to the right spot?
23.
Yes, it is closer to 23. So it's 1792.3 with a 0 in this case because of the money. Normally, if I said round it to that 10th place, I wouldn't put that. But with money, I have to make it look like money. These two are rounding it to the nearest dollar, which is the ones place. Okay, I need to hustle. So, is this closer to 908 or 909? 8. 908. Is this closer to, and this looks like money already, I don't need to add 0.00. Is this one closer to 1306 or 1307?
1307.
1307. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and match these. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to match these. So this one rounded to the nearest 10th, which is the 10th, the first, second, third, or fourth, 8? The third. So is this closer to 88 or 89? 89. So 8.9. But because it's not money, I do not put an extra 0. I want it to stop at the 10th. So it is this one right here, and it's the answer C. Okay.
I thought we were going to like cross.
No, I don't like drawing the lines. Okay. On this one, we're rounding this to the nearest 10th. Which digit is the 10th?
The second one.
The 0.
I'm sorry.
10th. 10 has 1 0. It's one place to the right. So is this going to be 880 or 881?
881.
Very good. 88.1, which is the B as in boy. Then this one, is it going to, we're rounding to nearest hundredth. Which is the nearest hundredth? The first, second, third, or fourth 8?
Third.
Alessandra, I need you to focus.
Second.
Okay. The third one, 1, 2, it's this one right here. It's, we're probably saying 2 over from the decimal, which is correct. Okay. So is this going to be closer to 08 or 09? 09. So it's going to be 88.09, and it is the A. And then this one, rounded to the nearest hundredth. Which one is the hundredth? Which 8? The second, well, the second over from the decimal or the fourth over. So is this going to be 88 or 89?
89.
So 88.89. Do we have one left over? Yes. And it is the B. And then, let me see. We're right now. Oh, it's, no, I probably said D, but I wrote B. Okay, so it is the D. Then we're going to skip because we don't have time. Skip. We'll try to do these tomorrow if we have time, or I'll have you do those on your own. But you don't have to do them today. Now skip over to this page, the bunker bong. This is the only page that you will need to do today in class, and if you don't finish it, for homework. So this whole left side, you're rounding it to the nearest whole number, all of these down. On this right side, you're rounding them to the nearest tenth all the way down. Then, so let's take a couple of these, and I want you to mark it to the tenth, mark it to the whole number. On this number 6 right here, on the bunker bong. It's right on the back page of what we just did. Then, okay, where is the nearest whole number? On number 6. The ones. This is the hundreds. This is the tens. This is the 1, and that's our nearest whole number. So I'm going to mark it here. Is that going to be closer to 160 or 161?
161.
Because that's a 5. So it is able to round up 5 or over. You include 5. So 161. And is that answer there?
Yeah.
So that's going to get the letter E. So where you see a 6 on the bottom, you're going to put the letter E. Then. So I'm rounding this one to the nearest whole number. Is that going to be 160 or 161?
161.
What? Now,
160.
slow down. That's not even a 5. Okay, so it's going to be 160, and that is this one. And you're right, it is the letter H. So where you see the 7, you're going to put the letter H. And we'll do one more. Where's the nearest whole number? On the number 8. At the 4. So is this going to be closer to 54 or 55?
55.
Very good, 55. So it's 55, and those answers are down here somewhere, and it's right here. So it's the letter E. So wherever you see the number 8, which is right here.
Do you have to write the number itself?
This number you absolutely have to put in.
Yeah.
You have to tell me that the rounded answer is not E. The rounded answer is 161. So you have to put that. Then go over to this side. Now here you're rounding to the nearest tenth. So go down to 20 and 21. Which digit right now is the nearest tenth?
The 0.
The 0. In fact, that's where we're going to round it. Please mark it. Which digit is the tenth on the number 21?
The 0.
The 0 again. So look at your neighbor. Is this going to be closer to 90 or 91?
91.
91, because that's big enough. So it's going to be 9.1. This one, look at this one. Is this going to be 90 or 91?
91. 90. Oh, sorry.
So that's only a 3. So it's going to stay. And by the way, I can't just write 9 because it says you must round it to the 10th. So I need to make sure I put 9.0. That is to the 10th. If I just have 9, it's not to the 10th. So that one for the number 9.1 is the letter E. The 9.0 is the letter H. So again, where you see the 20, you put the letter E. I don't know. Where you see that 21, you put the letter H. Where's 21?
The letter. Oh, yeah. I thought you said numbers. Right there. Right there.
Oh, right here. I just passed it. Okay, so that gets the letter H. All right. So, do you have to do any more than this? No. This is it. You only do this page. Don't go ahead, or I'll give you another packet. So at this time, girls and boys, you may start. You don't have to do anything else on the front. If there's no, these answers are your partner. They're going to tell you if you're right or wrong. And if you have a question that you get an answer that's different than one of these, then you can come over to me. So at this time, you may begin.